Alright my peeps, the Extreme Rules 2013 prediction game videos continue. Man, there's a bunch of matches. There's a lot of matches for Extreme Rules. There's, I think, 9 matches. So, yeah, and I usually post them up Friday and maybe some on Saturday. Now I'm later than usual. I already talked about that in the official prediction game video. But, yeah, I'll get done with all of them before the actual pay-per-view. So, Chris Jericho versus Fandango, a match you're going to see tonight at Extreme Rules. And this is a rematch, pretty much, from Wrestlemania where Fandango... Oh, sorry. Actually, it's Fandango. Yeah, the funny thing is, with Fandango, is he'll correct people on saying his name, say, no, you're saying it wrong, and then actually say it himself. But the thing is, Fandango himself, I find, he also changes the way he says it at times. So really, how do you say Fandango? I didn't have to let the A's breathe, as Fandango says. But anyways, let's put that aside. Well, actually, really, that it is related to the video. So also, speaking of Fandango, you know, I was a fan of Fandango, and I don't know, for some reason, after WrestleMania, a little bit after the whole Fandangoing thing, which, by the way, really didn't last long. I don't see people doing it anymore. But you know, well, actually, some people are probably gonna do it at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Who knows? But a little bit after that, when Fandango came out on an episode of Raw, and he said he would Fandango with the people, or do some Fandangoing with the people if they said his name right, for some reason I kind of lost interest in Fandango. I'm not sure if it's just a feud with Chris Jericho and I want him to, you know, be involved in some other feud or something like that, but for some strange reason I'm not as interested in Fandango as I was before. I'm hoping Extreme Rules is going to be the last pay-per-view between these two guys, like the feud between these two, like the last match between them. But then again, if Chris Jericho wins this one, which Chris Jericho is my prediction, by the way, if Chris Jericho wins, then that would be a tie. And most of the time, things don't end in a tie. There's usually a third match, just like Triple H and Brock Lesnar, to, you know, determine who really is the best of the two. I wouldn't mind a rematch on an episode of Raw or something like that, but I'm hoping if they do have a rematch, it's not on, like, the next pay-per-view or something like that. You know, I'm hoping Chris Jericho moves on and Fandango moves on. I'm interested in seeing what Chris Jericho does next after he's done with Fandango. I'd like to see Chris Jericho in the title picture, whether it be against John Cena for the WWE Championship, or Dolph Ziggler for the World Heavyweight Championship. Actually, Dolph Ziggler would make sense, given their history, and Dolph Ziggler, you know, costing Chris Jericho his job, you know, before he returned or whatever. Actually, I think a match between Jericho and Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam would make sense. SummerSlam was a pay-per-view where Chris Jericho beat Dolph Ziggler last year, so they could have a rematch, I guess, this time for the World Heavyweight Championship. I'd definitely be tuning into that match, if it takes place, of course. And Fandango, I wonder where he's gonna go after his feud with Chris Jericho. If The Miz beats Wade Barrett for the IC Championship soon, then I could see maybe Fandango going after that championship and challenging The Miz for the title, and maybe even winning it. So pretty much, when it comes to these two guys, I'm looking forward to what they do next rather than really this matchup. But as far as this match and why I think Chris Jericho is going to win, I just think Chris Jericho, since returning, he hasn't won a big pay-per-view. He hasn't won a pay-per-view match, I believe. He hasn't won any pay-per-view matches since returning. So I feel he definitely needs that win. Kind of like when he returned last time, he was kind of on a losing streak, but then finally won the pay-per-view match against Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam. I do think he's going to win this one, so he can get a victory on a pay-per-view. And yeah, we're running out of time in this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, you can click that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And with that said, guys, I'm out. See ya.